Following the foundations of their franchise, the boys in the Berg have found success through fundamentals and hard-nosed football. The defense has carried this squad, continually stepping up in big moments and not allowing a stagnant offense to deny them the dub. Let's show you how they're getting it done. The bedrock of any defense is control of the ground game, forcing teams to be inefficient on early downs. Second in the league in yards per carry, the Steelers frustrate teams by keeping the sticks long, allowing them to be creative when on top of the downs. The defense hunts as a pack, and every position has the ability to wreck the run all on their own. Good alignment and teamwork have McLaughlin quickly going backwards. The Broncos are going to try to add momentum to the stretch toss with the motion, but the condensed formation is a sign of a pinned down block, so Watt aligns wider to hold the edge. He sends Lil Jordan Humphrey straight backwards, and even with help from the fullback, the edge is won. So McLaughlin is forced to reroute, but the defense is already there to capture him. Patrick Queen is in the backfield immediately, reading the center trying to climb to block him, and quickly crosses his face and knifes into the backfield. Facing two, McLaughlin looks to cut back, but a perfect angle from Highsmith playing backside contain has him straight in the dirt. Unique is the ability for everyone to create a big, drive-killing play, with 14 players recording a tackle for loss and 11 with multiple to their name. Here's the leader of the pack, TJ, taking Jake Matthews to task on the stretch zone. He's crossed his face and bursts into the backfield before Bijan even has the ball, and a nice jump cut only sends him straight into the arms of Watt. It comes from both edges too. Dallas tried the end around here to Turpin, but Nick Herbig reads this all day. He's in the backfield before anyone can get a hand to him and straight through the runner's legs. Resurging to his OG days, Cameron Hayward has been a force through the middle and single-handedly stopped many a play. Here on the insert run, watch him completely destroy a good tackle in Colton Miller, clubbing his ass into the dirt and ruining what looked to be a well set up play. And when we said everyone, we mean it, because this secondary has been taught to read extremely well, flying downhill to contribute when needed. The Chargers' 13 personnel package is going to run right at Joey Porter Jr., but it's going to be him making the play. Nick Herbig does an excellent job winning the edge through the double team, and watch Porter's instincts. He spots a gap inside and takes off, flying downhill and wrapping up Dobbins for the tackle for loss. More stretch left this time off the toss in motion, and again, it's a corner that ends the play. Keying on the motion, Dante Jackson gets his eyes to Lazard and spots him trying to pin down for the outside run, so just screams down, going right through the legs and what would be a textbook red in the Premier League. Playing so much too high pre-snap means the safeties are going to need to get involved too, and with clever rotation implementation, instincts, and blitz calls, both Deshaun Elliott and Minkah Fitzpatrick are buzzing around the ball. Elliott is having an excellent season and is all over this split zone action. He's screaming downhill to give them the numbers, and with no hesitancy, just flies straight through the A-gap. Breece Hall tries to redirect, but there's no escape. And this time, it's Minkah's turn to leave his mark. Spread out, the Steelers only have 5-on-5 to defend in the box, so the extra number has to come from up high. The line leaves Bijan cutting back to find the lane, but Fitzpatrick's there to fill it, going straight through his legs. The same downhill effort and reads are shown in the screen game, with players at every level of the defense able to identify and shut them down. The Steelers are playing man coverage, and it looks like the slip screen might set up nicely for the Raiders with Patrick Queen blitzing. However, it's just to make the line slide, and watch him drop back and read the runner. With the back just hovering, offering no help or release, he immediately sniffs out the screen, working through the traffic to throw him down. All over the screen after reading the motion, Highsmith never even attempts to rush, simply peeling off to capture Bijan, and Cousins luckily holds on and just grounds this into the dirt. Again, the secondary are contributing and playing downhill. Playing up on the bunch, Beanie Bishop notices the bubble release by Bowers and wastes no time attacking the play, throwing down Bowers right as he catches the ball. And now, a word from our sponsor, Geology. What if I told you that there's a skincare brand out there that'll customize their offerings to your specific needs? Sounds crazy, right? Geology is a skin, hair, and body product company powered by science, not trends. A 36-time award-winning brand, they put together simple and effective skincare and hair care routines customized just for you, with ingredients that are proven to work. It all starts with a 60-second quiz, and within just a few clicks, their team of derm-grade professionals create a personalized routine designed for you and delivered straight to your door. Just use the link provided to get started. Geology Skincare helps you fight acne, reduce oiliness in the skin, and so much more. Their products are built around just a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. And I've been using their special body wash for the past month. Today, they're hooking y'all up with a special promotion so you can do the same. Use my code in the description box and get yourself 70% off your own personalized skincare routine trial set with an additional 50% off in add-ons as well. That's over $49 in product for just $15. Skincare has never been this easy thanks to the good folks at Geology. Strong early downs defense has allowed the coverage to get more creative this season. And while it's a very heavy cover 3 system, they've found ways to disguise this and roll it into some funky looks. Showing too high here, this is the most common disguise rotation you see in the NFL, with the safety fitting down to take the hook curl zone as the other rotates to midfield to form the cover 3. This forces post-snap processing as to where the new gap will be, and it's even better if your safety is rotating down over the QB's progression, delivering a big hit. But the Steelers have far more than this basic variant. Again, it's Fitzpatrick rotating down, but this time to the opposite hook curl, getting him closer to the action. Herbert has nothing open past the sticks, so tries to hit his crosser for the catch and run, but the extra pace and angle of Fitzpatrick has this wrapped up short. Putting your defenders on the move allows them to be football players, playing to their strengths rather than passive, protect at all costs defense. I love this rotation. From a dime defense, both deep safeties rotate down to fit the hook curl, as the extra dime defender in the box flies deep to play the middle third. On long downs, you know receivers are trying to set up at the sticks, so allowing your safeties to work downhill to these catch points and attack the ball puts them in a position to use their talent. Here it is again against the Jets. Rodgers spots the wide open underneath area to attack with the slant, but with Elliott working downhill, he's able to cut off the catch and run angle, keeping him short of the sticks. And when they can trap you in long downs, they'll throw a changeup with a cover 2. Here, the safeties are just messing with Flacco, rolling to a single high look, only to go back to 2 high, swapping half fields. Flacco doesn't like the play versus his coverage at all, and just takes off, sliding a yard short of the sticks to preserve that old head body. And here, starting from 2 high, they'll drop the safety to fit the hook curl to look like the standard cover 3 rotation. But the corner on the same side will instead bail to play the deep half instead of third, and Patrick Queen becomes a post-run player in the Tampa 2. The 2 high rotation back to Tampa 2 has Bo Nix scrambling, and more good tackling ends another drive. Pinned back, the pass rushers can preload, firing out fast with their only care being quarterbacks. And this is another area where the team seems to be operating as a more complete unit, getting pressure from both edges and through the interior. The sacks maybe haven't translated, but you can definitely feel a difference with Alex Highsmith on the field. He's explosive off the line with good read, and he's definitely been learning this rip move from his teammate on the other side, getting completely under the tackle and forcing Nix into self-preservation mode. Against Rodgers, he was twice supplying the pressure on key third downs. While there's no traditional stats for just pushing your tackle backwards and invading the QB space, the pressure forced off throws on 2 crucial plays. Rushing in rotation has been Nick Herbig, and again, there's been some big plays. Here, he completely destroys Rashawn Slater on the dip, turning the corner and playing the ball, not the man, for the strip sack. And anytime you can get interior pressure, you're pretty much guaranteed to win that down. So to have Cameron Hayward back to his old ways and Larry Ogunjobi both able to rush from the interior, you've got a line that can produce from all areas. And this is all before we've spoken about the superstar of the unit. While they're playing as a more complete team this year and not having to rely on TJ to do everything, he still turns up and wrecks shop several times a game. Running a load front, that's 3 D linemen to one side of the center, and then walking up a backer allows them to get TJ one-on-one with the attention on the overload. And this snap is just unfair. Lined up that wide, he barely has to dip and can just beat the tackle with pure pace, teleporting into the side of Heinicke playing relief QB. And here, Mike McGlinchey does a good job to match the footwork on the shimmy and fake jab inside, but the dip is outrageous, somehow getting under the block and taking Nix down by the shoelaces. Every few downs, he's good for one of these play-wrecking moves, and running split zone at him is just a recipe for disaster. No tight end is going to be able to get over in time, and look how deep into the backfield he is after just 1 second, blowing this run up completely. And he shows up in big moments too, on the goal line and trying to make the game close. TJ halts the Raiders in their tracks with the perfectly timed peanut punch. When you stop the run, confuse the quarterback, and turn the ball over, you have a standout defense. But there's still a big problem with this team. In order to be a consistent threat, you've got to find a way to score points. And I just don't see enough in either Russ or Fields. They suffer from the same problem, reading the defense and going through their progressions. And that is a real offense staller in the NFL. Fields gives you a dynamic threat on the ground, but his accuracy is worse than Russ's. The Raiders get good pressure up the middle, forcing Fields out the pocket. But with the escape brings opportunity, and Fields has Pickens open at the intermediate. Despite identifying the route, he just throws a horrible ball and sails this to the cheerleaders instead. And what Wilson will make up for in vet presence, he'll lack in decision making. Wilson also suffers from severe target lock, but that does bring one upside. Is likely to see an increase in jump balls to Pickens, so at least the offense has a chance to manufacture big plays down the field. The schedule gets a lot tougher after the bye, and that's when we'll see who this team truly is. Let's see how far great coaching and a great defensive unit can get you against a gauntlet of elite AFC QBs.